Good morning, students. The last class we discussed about gas laws in that Boyle's law and Charles' law. Now we're going to study about another law, that is Gay-Lecious law. Gay-Lecious law. See the Gay-Lecious law. Gay-Lecious law was introduced by Joseph Gay-Lecious. Joseph Gay-Lecious in 1802. In 1802. You see, before going to Gay-Lecious law, what we told in Boyle's law and Charles' law. You see, when come to Boyle's law, we told that we kept the constant temperature. We have taken that volume is inversely proportional to the pressure. Correct? No. Where when come to Charles' law, we taken the constant pressure, and we taken that volume is directly proportional to the temperature. When Boyle's and Charles' law is told that. When come to Gay-Lecious law, what we taken? Similarly, we taken that PVT only. In PVT is kept the volume is constant. You see, the volume is constant. Then we will write the definition. The pressure of the given gas. See, we are taking pressure and temperature only. The statement, the pressure of a given mass of a gases is directly proportional to the absolute temperature at constant volume, See what we are telling, pressure is directly proportional to the temperature. I am writing the P is directly proportional to the temperature. We can write that K is proportionality constant T. If you want to find out the constant K is equals to P by T. This is the constant formula when come to Gay-Lecious law. If you take for dual gases, means two gases, what will the expression be? K is equals to, it is only for one gas. If you take for two gases, P1 T1 equals P2 T2. It is for two gases. If you write the graphical representation, that is P in the y-axis means pressure, on the y-axis temperature, on x-axis. You see what happens if temperature increases, pressure also increases. Temperature increases, pressure also increases. Okay. This is a graphical representation. You see, temperature goes on increasing, then pressure also goes on increasing. Correct? No. Then this is the law explained by Joseph Gay-Lecious law, and he failed to explain one thing because what he failed, drawback or demerit. Okay, drawback or demerit. This law is failed. Fails at low temperatures. Means low temperatures. Gay-Lecious law only applicable for the high temperatures, but it does not for the low temperatures because the volume volume of the gas gas molecules is randomly arranged, okay, not closely arranged, okay, because the volume of gas molecules become significant, okay. See, the Gay-Lasius law was proposed by Joseph Gay-Lasius. You see, in the Gay-Lasius, the constant volume, the pressure of a given mass of a gas is directly proportional to the temperature. Okay, I have given that the formula that P is directly proportional to T, P is equals to KT, and K is nothing but proportionality constant equals P by T. This expression or this equation gives only for one gases. If you take for two gases, we will get pressure. If we take the two gases, this is we are applying constant volume, correct, no, and different pressures, P1, P2, T1, T2. Okay, do you understand here? Yeah. Next we are going to discuss about another law that is very, very important, that is Avogadro's law. Okay, Avogadro law. Avogadro law was introduced by Avogadro only. What it tells, you see, is not explaining, is taking all the three laws. What? That is Boyle's law. V is directly inversely proportional to the pressure. Charles, what he told? V is directly proportional to the temperature. Correct, no? Then what about Gay-Lasius? He told that temperatures or pressure is directly proportional to the temperatures. Okay. When come to Avogadro, he explained that he taking the constant temperature and pressure. What he taking that? He taking that constant temperature and pressure. You see, the E means you only take the volume. You see, P, V, T. I don't want to explain. P is pressure, V is volume, T is temperatures. Correct, no? Then what he told? He kept that constant pressure and temperature. He kept the both constant. Then he made an experiment that volume of two gases is taken straightly. Volume of two gases at same temperature and pressure contains same number of molecules. Means does not changing. Means number will be same. If not applying any pressure or temperatures, how much we kept the molecule in the volume, that much of molecules will be there. See, we'll write the statement, that is equal volumes of and two gases at the same temperature and pressure, or you can tell that constant temperature and pressure, containing what? The volume of gas contain the same number of molecules. Means you taken the two gaseous equal volume and you kept a constant temperature pressure in the gaseous, the molecules remain same number of molecules, does not changes anything. Then we'll write that V is volume directly proportional to the N is nothing but number of molecules. N is nothing but number of molecules at what? Constant constant temperature and pressure. Temperature and pressure. We'll write V equals Kn, and also we can find out the K constant. K is equals to V by N. This is for single gas or one gas formula. If you take for two gases, for example, two gases, see what will write? K equals V1 by N1 equals V2 by N2. Can you understand this? Okay, we take one simple example that you can understand briefly. See, for example, I am taking that hydrogen gaseous state plus oxygen gaseous state. See, if the two molecules gather, we got H2O. To balance the equations, we are adding 2 to here. This is also gaseous form. I am telling that, not keeping in the liquid form. Okay, see, for example, in hydrogen we taken the 2 moles. Hydrogen I am taken a 2 moles. Oxygen I taken 1 mole. But what we'll get for water molecules? The 2 moles. That only I am telling the same number of molecules. That is 2 moles. If you take in volumes, 2 volume reacts with 2 volume of hydrogen, reacts with 1 volume of oxygen, will get 2 volume. See, by this example, we'll go one very important. 1 mole of any gas containing same number of molecules, means we are talking that 1 mole. I am taking 2 mole, we are getting 2 moles. Correct? No? Same number. The 1 mole of an gas, 1 mole of any gas contains the same number of molecules. That is same number of molecules. What we'll tell, that is Avogadro number. Same number of molecules means N, we told no, N is nothing but Avogadro number. Okay, that is Avogadro's number, that is 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23, and by this law the gas must by Avogadro law, by Avogadro's law, the gas must occupy the same volume at given temperature and pressure, at same volume at constant temperature or given temperature. We can write constant temperature and pressure. See, note, very very important in this is 1 volume of 1 mole of a gas is nothing but molar volume. You see, once again I am telling this. All right, here the volume of 1 mole of a gas means I am taking 1 mole of a gas, any gas I am talking, I am not particularly hydrogen or oxygen. One volume of 1 mole of a gas is called molar volume, that is Vm, we will call that, it is will represented by the Vm. Molar volume, they ask in 1 mark, what is molar volume? The volume of 1 mole of a gas, volume of a 1 mole of a gas means 1 mole volume is, I am not talking here 2, if I take 1 mole of a gas is called molar volume. Next we are going to explain some ideal gas equations, okay. You see, ideal gas equation. You see, ideal gas equation, the simple gas law related to the gas volume to pressure, temperature, correct? No, we discussed what we discussed in the gaseous equations, that is, for example, Boyle's law. We taken pressure is inversely proportional to the volume, or volume is inversely proportional to the pressure. We have taken that n is nothing but number of what is n? N is the same number of molecules is changes, and temperature is constant, correct? No, we have kept it that here constant. When come to Charles law, V is directly proportional to the T. Here what we kept that N and P constant, is same number of molecules, and pressure I kept a constant. Next what we discussed next, gaseous law, correct? No, in this we taken that pressure directly proportional to temperatures. In this N and we kept constant. Next we discussed about Avogadro law, correct? No, Avogadro law. In this Avogadro law we taken that V is directly proportional to N. Here we kept P and T as a constant. See, we discussed the 4 laws, we get the expression. If all the laws combined, if we combine all the laws, okay, you see what we'll take, we take any law, example, you see we are taking that V is directly proportional to 1 by P, or can take V is directly proportional to, see I am taking that, first I am taking the expression that Boyle's law, V is directly proportional to the 1 by P, correct? No, and also V is directly proportional to the T. We are getting by equation 1 and equation 2. Equation 1 and 2 we can write V is directly proportional, correct? No, directly proportional to what? And directly proportional to Tp, correct? No, we can write Tp, and also we can write another that is taking that equation V is directly proportional to the N. Equation number 3 we can write V is directly proportional to the NTP, correct? No, NTP. You see, now we are taking that, or V is directly proportional to NTP, or we can write V equals nRT by P. We are taking K, instead of K we are taking R here, okay. R is nothing but ideal gas constant. If we rearrange the equation 4, we'll get PV is equals to nRT. You see, this called the ideal gas equation. This called ideal gas equation. In this, R is ideal gas constant. This equation is obeyed by the isothermal and adiabatic process. Means these equations we getting every 4 laws. Every 4 laws. If you take, we are going to find the value of R. R is nothing but ideal gas constant. You see, this is ideal gas equation, that is PV is equals to nRT. Okay, next we are going to study that value of R. Value of R. Okay. Value of R. R is nothing but, you know that what is ideal gas constant. Ideal gas constant. By the expression we know that PV is equals to nRT. This is ideal gas equation. We want to find out R. No, we can write R equals PV NT. Correct? No, NT. We can write P is nothing but pressure. No, P is nothing but pressure. V is volume. And N is mole, same number of molecules. We'll write that moles into T is temperature. Pressure is nothing but force by area. Means pressure is applying force, correct? No, force to where? Area into volume divided by mole. Similarly, mole and temperature. You see, area and volume will gives length. Here I will write length equals area volume. Then force into length by mole into temperature. You see, force into length we called as work or energy. Force into length, how much the length force is applied. We talk work or energy. Here will write that work equals force into length. Correct? No, force into length. Then work divided by mole into temperature. You see, we know that R is expressed in unit of work or energy is mole per Kelvin. Okay, you see, what is the unit we'll get? R. Work is nothing but energy. Correct? No, mole. Then what is, we'll tell that energy is measured in joules. Correct? No, you see, energy is measured in joules. We can write joule per mole, temperature per Kelvin. This is the units. This is the unit of ideal gas constant. Since the different value of R summarized below, you see, R will get 0.0821 liter atom per mole and Kelvin. You see, liter per mole per Kelvin. Or you can convert it into joules. You will get 8.3143 joule per mole per Kelvin. You can write mole is, if you go to upside, become minus, temperature also we are taking that Kelvin. Or you can write another, that is another units. R is equals to that 8.314, same 8.3143. most of mole we use these two values only by taking these units only, we not use another units. Okay, but for your reference, for your NEET or CET purpose, it you useful 8.3143. What will write electron volt, sorry, if you want to convert into electron volt, no, this is not electron volts, we will get that 8.314 nm per mole per Kelvin. This is the value we will get. If you talk about another, this is the value of R, that is 8.314 joules per Kelvin per, okay, or 0.821 Lang atom atmosphere and mole per Kelvin. And if you talk about another, that is a gaseous constant R, ideal gas constant R for a single molecule is called Boltzmann constant. You see, we are talking about the gas constant, correct, no, or gas constant R for single molecule is called Boltzmann constant. Boltzmann constant, that is K. Boltzmann constant, that is K. You see what it told, the Boltzmann constant K is equals to R by N. R is nothing but ideal gas, N is nothing but same number of molecules. Sorry, it is Na, sorry, it is Na. Then it is R is ideal gas constant, that is 8.314 into 10 to the power of plus 7 divided by Na, means Avogadro number, means N is the same number of molecules, nothing but Avogadro number 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23. We will get the value 1.38 into 10 to the power of -16 eras per mole per degree. You see the overall, the Boltzmann constant K value will get that if you convert it into joules. See, with this we got in era units. If you want to convert into joules, K is equals to 1.38 into 10 to the power of -23 joules per mole per degree. This is the units of Boltzmann constant. Please, you want to remember this Boltzmann constant also. Next we are going to calculate the mass and molecular weight and density of the gases by the gas equations in the next class.